Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And somehow Jezebel returned.
Jezebel returned because of a man.
Because of a man. This is the white man bringing back Jezebel. Now, for those of you who don't remember, just a couple of weeks ago, or didn't care, just a couple of weeks ago, feminist website mouthpiece Jezebel shut down by new owner, or not new owner, but newish owner, Geo Media. They were trying to sell this site. They couldn't sell it. They can't sell it, even, selling advertising on it. Apparently it was not making money. So they shut the thing down. The internet freaked out. They had obituaries for Jezebel. How dare you? How dare you shut this?
You're not allowed to because it has tits.
You can't shut it down. It's got
tits.
You
hate women. You're just trying to fridge women.
Well, good news. Good news. This white man is pulling the body out of the refrigerator, giving her mouth to mouth, and bringing Jezebel back.
Yeah, thank God the feminist website is saved by a man.
Giving her a smack on the ass, too, for good measure. Make sure she starts breathing again. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Did I let my misogyny show?
Why, you said smack her on the ass?
Yeah, some women like to be smacked on the ass.
I thought you said breathing again, but it sounded like you said breeding again, and I was like, not on that website.
No, there's no breeding on that website. There are no breeders on that website. Nobody's.
Just like, no, look, I mean, I just don't, I guess for me, I don't get it. Like, if you have spent hemorrhaging money and no one's watching it and reading it, and it's falling apart, I don't know why you'd buy it. I mean, I'm sure you bought it cheap. But okay, if I went to get a car and this car is sitting there and no one wants the car because the paint's peeling off, the tires are falling off,
mystery stains on the upholstery.
Right, I'm sure once upon a time it was an awesome car. It started
Jezebel
out with the best of intentions. It was best of intentions.
No,
and it just went downhill from there. I'm not gonna buy that car. I'd just be like, nope, staying away from that. I don't care if they say give me like $100 for it. I'm like, it's going to cost me more than $100 to take it to the scrapyard. So I'm just like, I don't get why someone would buy it. I just don't. Then it's called someplace called Paste. So
yeah, Paste is another progressive website, but apparently it sounds to me like they're going to rebuild the whole thing from the ground up.
I was gonna say, because otherwise I don't know why you'd buy it.
Yeah, well they're going to go after Gen Z now. They targeted
good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck.
So yeah, this is just like 3 weeks after they announced they're shutting it down. I wonder if they were circling to buy it before, and they're like, well, if you don't want it, we're going to shut it down. They shut it down. They're like, okay, we'll give you half of what we offer.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this guy doesn't look like he's on the pulse of Gen Z. Oh, I mean, yes, they're going to have articles about how you can be the vibe bringer at work. And by vibe, I mean like the attitude, not the vibe.
Well, I don't know. Those kinds of articles.
They were on Teen Vogue or something like that about what vibes to use.
Freaking Teen Vogue.
But I'm like,
all kinds of dirty sex articles on Teen Vogue.
We're going to have articles talking about, all the slang terms and, who's going to bring the vibe for work, how to bring the vibe at work. And how to
I'm in charge of the vibe. I have to charge it. I have to replace the batteries for it. I have to wash it. That's my job at work because I'm Gen Z.
I'm just like, how to get a job and sit there and not do jack shit but get paid for it. That's basically what they were talking about with that vibe person.
Jezebel to be resurrected by Paste magazine.
I'm sorry,
this older white man is bringing it back.
I want to know why it's called Paste.
Paste magazine, a music and culture outlet, acquired Jezebel on Tuesday and plan to start publishing on the site again as soon as Wednesday.
Oh, they're going to actually bring it culture?
I don't know. This is Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson, who looks like he's in his 50s, early 60s, co-founder and editor-in-chief of Paste. The idea of there not being a Jezebel right now just didn't seem to make sense.
As a woman, dude, stop mansplaining me, Josh. As a woman, it made total sense.
Jezebel, once part of the Gawker universe of websites, brought a brash new kind of internet writing to feminist issues when it was introduced in 2007, paving the way for a generation of like-minded outlets.
It paved the way for a lot of bullshit and the 2014 stuff that we got. This is what it paved the way for.
In 2019, private equity firm Great Hill Partners bought Jezebel as part of Geo Media, and they got Gizmodo, Deadspin, and a bunch of other shit.
A lot of them they're laying off or getting rid of.
Yeah, and he couldn't, macroeconomic headwinds. That's always, basically they couldn't figure out how to get this thing to make money, and I think it was the liability. He said, unfortunately, our business model and the audiences we serve across our network did not align with Jezebel's. We like to make money. Translation, we like to make money, and this shit doesn't make us money, so it's gotta go. It's gotta go.
I'm looking here and it says about, the impact on internet and culture has not been a positive one, first of all. Many of the writers and editors have gone to success at mainstream outlets, and they have sharp, unapologetic writing. Listen, here's the thing. I'm unapologetically sharp and such on here, and you still get pissed at me. I get called an internalized misogynist. I'm unapologetically fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. Spanfeller added that Geo Media had spoken with more than 24 potential buyers of Jezebel.
They couldn't find anybody to take it.
Nobody wanted it.
That's why they got rid of people. They tried for a while to get. That tells me they got it dirt ass cheap.
So just to put things in perspective, some of the websites, like the video game sites, and they actually do probably make more money than Jezebel. But some of these video game websites like Giant Bomb and GameSpot and a couple other ones were sold for next to nothing not too long ago. And I think CBS paid like $500 million for all these websites, and they wound up selling them all for like under $50 million. And there was like a whole bunch of them.
It gets better though. So they worked for months to find someone to buy Jezebel. No one would buy it. Okay. Months. So now this Dippo buys it, and they're like, him and his friends started Pace. It was a music magazine originally, but this is what's interesting to me. And it was acquired by Wolfgang's Vault, but now the magazine is 100% advertising supported. And you think you're going to get that with Jezebel?
No, you're not going to. I think what's going to happen, and actually the word is that Gawker, I guess, found another buyer too. Yeah, Gawker, what was left of Gawker, they tried to bring Gawker back, and it didn't do they only published a couple of articles, and then it kind of folded again. But apparently some Singapore music group
Founder bought
it, has the opportunity for reinvention. It sounds to me like they're going to reinvent Jezebel too.
Well, good luck. It sounds to me like they're trying. There's a website that already has like a mailing list, an established audience, a web presence, so it has a better, it'll track higher for placement with news stories and things like that.
Yeah,
and they're buying it for the infrastructure.
Domain.
Yeah,
okay. So let me explain this to you for those of you who don't do internet stuff. If you buy an older domain that's been on the internet for like 20 years, like this one had, 15, 20 years, whatever, and that, and it's got lots of backlinks, that site, whoever buys it and starts publishing on it again, is going to get more traffic organically, most likely. And it's probably grandfathered into like all the news outlets, being cited and circulated, and you get the social media with it. And it's basically, it's ready to go. It's like buying a house that's just been, curbside appeal. It's been painted, whatever. You can move in, put your own furniture in, but like everything's been fixed up. It's ready to go.
It's all established, all built. It's all there.
Yeah. It's easier to do that, to buy even if you're just buying the domain name and the socials, than it is to build a brand new site from the ground up and try to, get it. Cause it's just so hard. There's so much competition out there. And if you've already got the Jezebel domain name and you're publishing articles again, you're going to get a hell of a lot further. It doesn't matter what kind of content you're publishing. You're going to get a hell of a lot further than starting from scratch.
Basically, they're talking about how they've done this before, but I love this. They want to bring the best from all eras. He referred to the original tagline, sex, celebrity, politics with teeth. He said one of the first things they wanted to bring back was with teeth. Again, when I give you teeth, I get told I'm an internalized misogynist.
Sex with teeth is painful.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I want them to push boundaries. I think
that can also be painful.
I think there are advertisers out there who have the courage to go where the audience is. No, look, here's what's going on, if you ask me. Advertising rates are shit. But when we got all kinds of, hits and clicks and we got lots of money, was when there was people, we went after like the Ghostbusters and all the other shit. And we started this whole sexism and, misogyny, istophobia is why pop culture sucks. And the elections. And that's when we got all our money. And since that's all died down, no one's reading our shit and giving us money. But that's when we got all the views last time. So let's try to do that shit again. and cause a bunch of because the Jezebel was the cornerstone of all the decline in pop culture because of their stupidity. Let's do it again.
Well, they say as much. So they also bought.
I didn't even read this. That was my guess.
So they are also buying.
Guess.
They're also buying Splinter. Splinter was a political site that Geo Media
my
bought
God.
too.
That's the first thing I thought when I read this.
They shuttered it in 2019, right? Okay. As for Splinter, Mr. Jackson said he planned to relaunch that website in 2024 to have it ready for a very important political year.
Yeah, it's already built, so they could just take all the ad money. But back to the other thing they said about Jezebel. They said it's a quintessential site for millennial women, and that taught them what they could be. And we want the same for Gen Z. So you're going to bring a bunch of influencers in.
Gen Z is not going to go to your old man website. I'm sorry, they're not. They don't. This is why a lot of these websites are folding. Gen Z does not go to websites. They don't go read their news on a website.
No, they go to TikTok. So they're going to know about the drip and how to eat a glizzy.
Those are not sexual terms.
No, even though I had to explain to the kids why when he said the drip, I was like,
I'm dripping,
what?
Eat my glizzy.
I'm like, it's just like, and then for those
but not with teeth.
Others don't know glizzy's a hot dog, apparently, because that makes sense. But, it's like,
deep throat that glizzy.
Seriously. I mean, TikTok is where they go. They're getting their news and stuff there. The reason Jezebel's dying is because the audience is no longer paying attention and the younger audience doesn't care. Same for Marvel. They can't get Gen Z because they're all out in social media and TikTok and stuff. And that's what they're watching. They're watching YouTube and TikTok and that. They don't care about your shit. This isn't going to work. This is probably just you trying to cause more culture war, more political, stuff, so you can try to get clicks, even if it's hate clicks, so you get advertising money.
Because they know there's going to be a lot of outrage.
And I didn't even read this article because you mentioned it in passing, but I had not read that, and that was I was going to say before they even mentioned it. I didn't even read it. Yeah, it's just like a duh.
Well, the same thing would happen with, honestly, if Polygon or Kotaku got shut down, somebody would buy it up dirt cheap just to have that domain name.
Because
it is worth it just to have the domain name.
I don't think Jezebel's worth that much.
No. But,
I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so, I mean, this could be a pump and dump. They could leave a little money on the nightstand when they're done. What they could be doing with these websites is they know 2024 is going to be a hot political year, and the ad money, the political ad money is going to be through the freaking roof. Even if they just run it for a year and shut the shit down.
That's what I'm saying. They're just trying to use it for political shit to try to get hits.
Yep. And then, as long as they get their money back, they might make back, if they bought it cheap enough.
And they tried to cause enough, clickbaity bullshit.
They might make their money back in 2024 just because of the political spend. And then they just dump it.
Trump's running again.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember we kept saying when the election was over, what are they going to do? They don't have Trump to complain about.
They're like, hot damn, we're back in business.
And then the advertising rates plummeted. And they weren't getting the views. So they were trying very hard to do whatever else they could to get views because they were using the Trump train to try to fuel their, website. And I just think it's hilarious, though. Thank God this guy came. And it's going to set the women free and give them a voice because they had none apparently till he came and saved them because they ran it into the ground because no one gave a shit what they had to say.
Okay, ladies, get out there and shake your money makers. Daddy needs to make his money back.
You go show her by your teeth.
Show her by your teeth. Oh my God. Yeah, let them look at your teeth, honey. Yeah.
Give him politics, celebrity, sex, and teeth.
Oh,
come on.
God. Oh, but that's what they're doing. You're right. That's what they're doing. They're just bringing it back just to make money for this year. That's all that matters.
And then the politics, because next year is going to be political everything, and they're just going to try to do whatever they can to get views and take all that advertising money because they know the politicians are going to spend it, the parties are going to spend it. And they're going to be spending money like, nothing to try to get votes.
If I could buy a website for $1 million knowing I'm going to make $10 million in advertising and I'm going to come out ahead.
And I can just dump it afterwards?
Then I just dump it afterwards? Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, because the views are up. The views are up too because of the political year.
Yeah.
Then you can just turn around and be like, oh, look, I want to sell it. And look how many views it came up after I bought this.
Yep.
It's worth more money, even though I know damn well the views are going to fall off a cliff after the elections are over.
Oh, yeah.
And then sell it to some other schmuck. It's probably a dude.
They might actually be counting on Trump winning because if he wins, then that's 4 more years of outrage.
That could be too. It's like I'm investing in stocks. I think we might have a chance with this one.
I mean, the media's got to be dripping. Their glizzies have to be dripping. Thinking about this.
Say that.
Because they're like.
I regret ever mentioning it.
Because they're like, oh my God, we are 2016 to 2020. Yeah, it was caustic. There was a lot of garbage being published, but by God, the ad rates were great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what they're thinking. Like, oh, if we could yes, please, Trump, get back into office so we can write all kinds of articles and shit.
And they've been crediting Jezebel with the reason that we had like a lot of the culture war bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And like, you know, all that stuff came from this because they were just being brutally honest, except like I said, when I do it, it's a problem. They're being brutally honest, everything else. And you know, they were just calling it like it is, and they were showing women where they belong and all this other crap. And I'm like, so
they were showing
I know where they belong. This man is, and the other men
they were putting women in their place.
The other men who owned it were showing women where they belonged. Get back in the kitchen and make me some more money pie. It's just like they're just gonna try to rekindle all that bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, that's
because
exactly
that's what they're trying to do. So we want people. We're just gonna try to go after Gen Z now and make them hate each other.
They're saying as much. They're saying as much.
The millennials and Gen X, everybody hate each other, and Boomers. Now we're gonna make sure Gen Z gets in there.
Those millennials,
everybody can hate them now.
Those millennials are too old. Their teeth are falling out. But we'll get these Gen Zs. Yeah,
teeth are cutting right now. Let's go get them.
Gen X man says Gen Z.
But the thing is, these kids, I don't think it's going to go. I think it's going to go because they're like, you know, I want to be the cheap vibe officer and stuff like that. And I always want to bring happy, uplifting vibes. And I will say that there seem to be a lot more, well, depending. Some of them are a lot more accepting of others. Other ones are just like telling people to kill themselves. And it's just like, I don't think it's going to go.
Why do we always get the bad ones?
I don't think it's going to go.
Why do we always get the bad ones?
The way they think it's going to go.
I don't think so. I don't think they know how to handle Gen Z. I think this site was built.
Gen Z doesn't know how to handle Gen Z.
No, I think this site was built during a different era, and I don't see how you can. I don't see how you can
not like
resurrect any of this stuff.
What you can
now.
get away with blogs and stuff with millennials, you are not going to be able to pull off with Gen Z. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
They're not gonna. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Good luck.
Unless your ticks are talking, you're not gonna get there.
Good luck with that, sir. Good luck with your feminist blog,
I'm so glad
sir.
you're here to tell me as a woman what I should and shouldn't do.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.